Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Majority Leader, distinguished colleagues, guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The month of February is also National Arts Month, featuring activities that foster the diversity of Filipino heritage and culture, showcase the creativity of Filipino artists, and honor artistic pursuits as a vital contribution to nation building. This afternoon, allow me to speak on a matter of personal and collective privilege on what is often called wearable art, that is, fashion and local weaves. Republic Act Number 11904, or the Philippine Creative Industries Development Act, a key piece of legislation spearheaded by the Creative Industries Committee Chair, Representative De Venecia, mandates the development of Philippine creative industries by protecting and strengthening the rights and capacities of stakeholders in the creative industries, including artists, artisans, and indigenous cultural communities. Notably, creative industries encompasses several domains, including design and subsume thereunder fashion and textiles development. Traditional clothing and local woven textiles from Abel to Tinalac are no longer confined to beauty pageants, Filipiniana-themed weddings, and the State of Nation address. Instead, with the advent of slow fashion, sustainability, and other buzzwords coupled within the support local movement, Filipiniana garments spun by local weavers and sourced from local looms are now taking center stage. Beyond the fashion statement, however, there is a need to look into the details of these indigenous textiles because the colors, patterns, and weaves point to the region, province, and indigenous community of the weaver, and such invaluable skills are passed down from generation to generation of weavers. In Abel, Abel Iloco, or Abel, is the standout weave of the Ilocos region. Known for its comfort and durability, Abel may be woven with patterns and incorporates several weaving techniques and patterns as flashed on your skin. This includes binakol, pinilian, and kusikus. One of the country's national living treasures, the National Commission for Culture and the Arts awarded Magdalena Gamayo in 2012 for her mastery in Abel weaving. She continues to hone her craft and is set to celebrate her 100th birthday on August 13. Magdalena lives in one of the weaving communities of Pinili, Ilocos Norte, where she donated a portion of her family-owned lot to the provincial government next to the site of the Pinili Abel Center, inaugurated in August 2023. Another well-known Abel weaver in the region is Corazon Agosto, whose weaving center is located in Santiago, Ilocos Sur. An illustration of the different indigenous fabrics in the Philippines and their respective communities is now flashed on your screens, including ikat for the Cordillera region, sinamay in Albay, pinya in Aklan, hablon in Iloilo, yakan in Zamboanga City and Basilan, Tausog Pisiabit in Sulu. For South Cotabato, there is Tinalac, the red, black, and white fabric created by the Tibuli women of Lake Cebu, also called dream weavers. The goddess Fu Dalu visits these weavers in their dreams to impart the unique pattern to weave. On your screen is the late Lang Dulay, another NCCA awardee. The handloom weaving industry in the Philippines is a cottage industry that is centuries old, making use of raw materials like cotton, abaca, and pineapple. A British Council report entitled Sustaining Handloom Weaving in the Philippines highlights that weaving has become a source of rural employment and income for women. The impact of industrialization, mass production, and globalization, along with the lack of raw materials and decreasing number of local weavers, has negatively affected the growth of the industry. The Philippine Textile Research Institute, PTRI, an attached agency of the Department of Science and Technology, the OST, is mandated to conduct R&D, render technical service, and implement the transfer of textile technologies to support the local textile sector. In line with this, the DOST-PTRI has embarked on a number of programs, including investments in infrastructure to advance the Philippine textile industry. These include building regional yarn production and innovation centers that convert cotton and other textile raw materials like pineapple leaf fiber, banana, abaca, and bamboo, among others, into yarn. Last month, the DOST-PTRI inaugurated a bamboo textile fiber innovation hub in Langangilang, Abra. This launch was also part of DOST-PTRI's celebration of Philippine Tropical Fabrics Month, under the theme Spinning Innovations, which aims to promote a revitalized textile industry and a commitment to process and sustain natural fibers sourced within the country, from pineapple leaves to abaca, banana, bamboo, and Philippine silk. DOST-PTRI, in line with the Republic Act 9242, encourages the use of Philippine tropical fabrics for uniforms of public officials and employees to promote patriotism among government employees by advocating the use of locally produced textiles. Other programs initiated by the DOST-PTRI include, among others, SEDA Pilipinas, which looks at the development of Philippine silk, the Innovation Center for Yarns and Textiles in Bicutan, Taguig, establishment of the Natural Dyes Center, which leads the study and development of natural dyes sources from plants. Frontier, or fostering revitalization of nascent textile innovation and ecosystems, which strategically locate more textile innovation hubs and regional centers for natural dyes and handloom weaving innovation for an inclusive and innovative Philippine textile ecosystem. Creativity and equity through accelerated textile technology engagement and entrepreneurship ventures for vulnerable sectors partner with women, senior citizens, persons with disabilities, persons deprived of liberty, urban poor, and indigenous people, among other sectors, to further expand the reach of textile-based livelihoods. Textile Academy, which provides textile training programs. As legislators, we can craft the necessary legislation to aid in the growth and the local weaving sector. In the 19th Congress, House Bills number 8478 by Representative Ching Bernos and 4278 by Representative Toff de Venecia provide for the development and protection of the Philippine handloom weaving industry through the establishment of the National Handloom Weaving Development Council, creation of industry roadmap, and policies on innovation for handloom design and engineering. In 2021, news reports raised the issue of counterfeit Cordillera woven blankets from China flooding local markets, mostly machine-made replicas of textiles of inferior quality. Because of this, native weavers demanded protection. Thereafter, PTRI launched a program called Digitalization of the Philippine Handloom Weaving Industry, which highlighted the following: creation of Digital Weaving Registry, a digital platform for textile traceability; digitalization of weavers to provide a database of original Philippine weave patterns using weaving software to support authenticity; covert security yarns for authentication of local weaves and fabrics. Prior to this program, as early as 2016, the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines started to require patent and trademark applications to disclose indigenous elements in respective replications. IPOPHIL continues to urge handloom weavers to protect the intellectual property of their original designs. In fact, the Tiboli tribe of Lake Cebu successfully registered a collective mark, which the tribe uses for authentic Tinalak weaves. Protecting the subject mark would also be essential in preserving the cultural identity of the Tiboli tribe, You may recognize your dress made from IPOFIL-protected Tinalak cloth was also worn by Miss Universe Catriona Gay. We have only scratched the surface of understanding the intricacies of the local weaving industry and the weavers who share their time and talent in the creation of these local weaves. Nonetheless, my hope is that what I have shared with you today will not only impart a bit of information, but more importantly, instill pride in the bountiful culture of our weaves and our indigenous weavers, but also awaken a sense of curiosity to go beyond merely buying local hand-woven products, but also to learn more about the stories behind these products. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.